In this video I'll explain how to keep the original row order when merging two data frames in the R programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the R code. So in this video I will show you an example, and this example is based on the data frames that we can create with lines 2 to 8 of the code. So if you run lines 2 to 4 of the code, you can see at the top right of RStudio that a new data frame object is appearing, which is called data1. And if you click on this data object, a new window is opened, which is showing the structure of our data frame. And as you can see, our first data frame contains 7 rows and 3 columns. And the ID column contains the IDs 1 to 5, and then again the IDs number 3 and number 4. Then in lines 6 to 8 of the code, we can create another data frame. So after running this line of code, another data frame object is appearing at the top right, which is called data2. And if you click on this data frame, you can see that another window is appearing, which is showing the structure of our second data frame. And as you can see, this data frame contains 4 rows and the same 3 columns as the first data frame. However, the IDs contained in this data frame are ranging from 3 to 6. Now let's assume that we want to merge these two data frames into one data frame. Then we might apply the merge function, as you can see in line 10 of the code. And within the merge function, we would typically specify the two data frame objects that we want to merge, and then we would assign this output to a new data frame, which we call in this case data merge. So if you run line 10 of the code, another data frame object is appearing at the top right of RStudio, which is called data merge. And if you click on this data frame object, you can see that a new data frame has been created, which contains 5 columns. And you can also see that the ID column has been ordered automatically by the ID numbers. So as you can see, the first 2 rows contain the ID number 3, the third and fourth row contain the ID number 4, and the fifth row contains the ID number 5. However, you can also see that the original ordering of the rows in our input data frames has not been kept. And I want to show you in the next example how we can keep the ordering of the original IDs. And we can do that by using the functions of the dplyr package. So in order to use the functions of the dplyr package, we first need to install and load the dplyr package, as you can see in lines 12 and 13 of the code. I have installed the dplyr package already, so for that reason I'm just going to load it with line 13 of the code. And after running this line of code, we are able to use the functions of the dplyr package, such as inner join. So within the inner join function, we also need to specify the names of the data frames that we want to merge. And then, similar to the merge function, we also should specify a data object in which we want to store the merged data. So in this case, we are merging our data in the data object data join. So if you run line 15 of the code, you can see that another data frame is appearing at the top right, which is called data join. And if you click on this data set, you can see that another data frame window is appearing. And as you can see, this time the original ordering of our IDs have been kept, because this time the IDs are ordered by the ID numbers 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.